Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Bridget. I'm a nurse educator and a nurse practitioner. Today I will be going over dimensional analysis dosage problems. So the first question is an intake and output. A nurse is taking care of a client on the evening shift from 3 to 11. For dinner, the client had 120 milliliters of soda. So I'm going to put down here, we're going to do intake. Output. So we have 120 milliliters of soda, 6 ounces of prune juice. Now, 6 ounces of prune juice. The conversion that you need to know is that 1 ounce is equal to 30 milliliters, but I add up all my ounces and then I multiply by 30. So 6 ounces of prune juice, half a cup of water. 8 ounces is 1 cup of water, so half a cup of water would be 4 ounces. So 4 ounces water. After dinner, the client voided 100 milliliters, so 100 milliliters. At bedtime, the client had 120 milliliters of ice cream. Intake is anything that is liquid at room temperature. So at bedtime, the client had 120 milliliters of ice cream, 120 mLs. Now I'm doing it different because this is already in milliliters, so I don't need to convert. I'm going to show you later. So 120 milliliters of ice cream, 8 ounces of sleepy time tea, 8 ounces of tea. After the client's snack, the client voided 170 milliliters and 35 milliliters out of their Jackson Pratt drain. So 35 out of their Jackson Pratt drain. So their output, 5, 8, 9, 10. So this is 10. This is 305 milliliters for output. Now for intake, we're done with intake. So I'm going to add all of this up. 6 ounces plus 4 plus 8 equals 1 ounce equals 30 mLs. That gives you a 540 milliliter total here. So that's 540 milliliters. So then we're gonna add the 540 to what's already in milliliters. So this is already in milliliters. I don't need to convert. 780 milliliters is your total. And your total output is 305 milliliters. How many milliliters will the nurse program the IV pump? This one is very simple. They give us a 1000 ml bag. How long is it going to take for it to infuse? So what are we going to set the pump to? So they give us 1000 milliliters and they say it needs to infuse over 10 hours. So all you have to do is we're looking for milliliters per hour equals, we have 1000 milliliters that's going to run over 10 hours. So it's already in the unit of measurements that we are looking for. So when you divide this, you get 100 milliliters per hour. Now, a fun little math trick is if you align your zeros, you can cancel them out, and then 100 divided by 1 is 100, and that's your answer, and you don't even need to use a calculator. Oh, almost fell. And then you don't even need to use your calculator. So for this one, it's 100 mLs per hour. The next one, a client with diabetes requires insulin coverage before meals. The provider orders 6 units of regular insulin. So we have, now normally when you're doing coverage, it's Humalog. So I didn't write these test questions, but it's normally a Humalog. So it says the provider orders 6 units of regular insulin with each meal plus sliding scale as indicated below. So the sliding scale, what I'm trying to say is usually the sliding scale in the hospital will be Humalog, not regular insulin, but that's besides the points. The client's pre-meal blood glucose was 423. So all you have to go is you go to where 423 is, and you see that 423 is between 401 and 450, and that is 12 units. So all you're doing is 6 plus 12 equals 18 units. So that's the answer for number 3. It's 18 units. Number 4 in dimensional analysis. You could probably do number 4 in your head, but it's important that you understand how to do dimensional analysis. So we are looking for milliliters. How many milliliters should the nurse administer per dose? So the other thing I highly encourage that you do is what's available, and the medication comes in 160 milligrams per 5 milliliters. What's the order? You can also say supply, right? This is the supply. Now the order says the provider has ordered acetaminophen 640 milligrams by mouth every 4 hours as needed for pain. So we are looking for milliliters. How many milliliters should the nurse administer per dose? Whatever is here, how do you set up dimensional analysis? Whatever is on the left-hand side, you're going to write here on the top part. So these fractions are married. You don't separate them. So this is a married fraction. What is available in the problem that has milliliters? Well, this does. So we're going to do 5 milliliters over 160 milligrams. And then whatever's on the bottom is going to go up to the top. Whatever's here goes up to the top. Sometimes students will do this. So you're going to put milligrams here, and the other milligram that we have in the problem is 640 milligrams. So when you multiply across, you get 3,000. So this is, I don't want to confuse you guys. This is 3,200 over 160. You can cross out the zeros. 320 divided by 16, and you get 20 milliliters. My marker's running out. 20 milliliters is your final answer. Is your final answer. The next problem is a client is in the hospital in order to receive 8,000 units of heparin for DVT prophylaxis. And then when you look at the label, so what's available? The label says that 1 milliliter, that there are 1,000 units per milliliter. What is the order? And the order is 8,000. So available is 1,000 units, and the order is 8. So you set it up. What's on the left? What are we looking for? We're looking for milliliters, and whatever is on the left is going to go here at the top. So milliliters, what is together? So separate these two, right? This is a married fraction. You don't separate them. So 1 milliliter has 1,000 units. And then whatever's on the bottom here comes up top. So we need units up here. And then what else in the problem has units? The order, 8,000. So 8,000 units. So then, again, dimensional analysis, you're going to be timed. So this is why crossing zeros out saves you time, because you don't even need to use the calculator. So when you divide 8,000 over 1,000, you cross out your zeros, and anything divided by 1 is itself. So 8 divided by 1 is 8. So then the final answer is 8 milliliters. So 8 milliliters is your final answer. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share with your friends. Until next time.